Hi there, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Today, I've got something quite different for you. Um, I'm gonna talk about one of my experiences regarding teaching and like some tips for you if you wanna hold some English classes, online English classes, and maybe some considerations for you to take into account when you wanna start teaching online. This one's a pretty bad experience, to be honest. I mean, it was perfect, it was superb at the first, but then it ended horribly. All right, let me get this straight. So it's kind of a story actually. Let me put it in the story format so it would be more fun for you to watch. I don't know. I'm not sure if you know this, but the university to which I go is not in the city in which I was born, so it's different. It takes me like maybe 6 to 7 hours by bus to get there, and it was just last winter that I came across a gym, a very perfect gym, run by a very nice lady at the time. At the time, very nice lady. Not now. I don't want to be like specific about it, but like, all right. Yeah, okay. So everything was perfect. Everything was just going smoothly the way I want it to go. And then the summer hit, and the coach saw my page, I think, in Instagram, and texted me that, oh my God, it's destiny that like I have you as one of my like students now. You can have me as one of your students. I want to start learning English. I've tried to learn English before, but just life happens, and I have taken so many breaks when it comes to learning English, and I was just like, okay, let's begin. And it was somehow at the time I was quite less busy, I guess, compared to now, and compared to the semester that it was going to begin. The thing is, not only did she sign up for the courses for herself, but also she paid for 10 sessions for her husband as well. So the thing with her husband is that he didn't want to learn English at all. He wasn't motivated at all. He had no reason to learn it. He was a 44-year-old man, and like he had already his own job, and there was just no need for him to learn English. And I cannot force people to learn English if they don't want to. But his wife, my coach, told me that it's all up to you. Like, I want to see your magic. I want to see you make him fall in love with English all over again. I mean, he told me that he used to really love English, but now, like, because of his insecurities, blah blah blah, so many other reasons. But like, I was like, I'm going to try my best, but I'm not gonna promise you anything. It's his life, and it's not even a kid we're talking about. It's a 44-year-old man. How can I force him? I mean, I can make the classes as engaging as possible, as fun as possible, but I cannot force him, right? But okay, but I was like, all right, I try my best and blah blah blah. Not so hard at the time. And then when the classes came, out of 10 sessions, he was just able to participate in maybe like 3 or 4 sessions out of 10. Can you believe that? And so he canceled most of his sessions. Like, he had so many reasons not to just participate in the classes. It was like, he was just like, oh my God, I don't know, I've lost my phone is broken. And even he will like cancel the sessions without telling me, and I would be in the class for 15 minutes, and I would text him, and I would text his wife, my coach, and no answers. He wouldn't answer me back, but like his wife would be like, oh my God, I'm stuck in traffic, I have classes, he's going to be there in 10 minutes, and no sign of him, absolutely nothing. And all right, like something like that. And of course, at the same time, her classes were going on at the same time. I had the same problem with her as well. Like, she wasn't very organized when it came to like holding the sessions. She would always say like, oh my God, can we like change the time? We did change the time a couple of times, and then again she was just like, I have another exam coming up, I have to study for that. I love your English classes, you are one of the best English teachers I have known, but the thing is, you would feel sorry for me if you were here at my home. You have no idea how busy I am, how like I have my uni going on. I have several classes at the gym that I need to be present for. I have so many things going on in her life and so many reasons to cancel the sessions. And if it was any other English teachers, they would have just said that I don't care if you don't come to the class. I'm gonna take the money, and actually I have already taken the money, so I'm here. Why don't you come? It's none of my business that you cannot come. So we have set the rules before the course. You need to obey them. So the funny thing is that she herself in her group in Telegram says the same thing. She'd say that you need to pay in advance before the month, before the new month comes. You need to pay for all the sessions in that month, and if you don't come, it's on you. I'm not responsible for holding makeup sessions for you, or like you cannot beg for me to have a makeup session for you because the session was already there. I was present. Why didn't you come? It was all your fault. All right. But like the thing is, okay, that's interesting. So those 2 courses that should have ended by the end of summer, it kept going and going and going. So many cancellations, and it kept going on till like last Friday. Can you believe that? Like last Friday, I think January, like for 6 months, maybe like 4 or 5 months. All right. Like for 2 months, there was no sign of her. But like after 2 months, I guess, because she had told me that like, I'm going to take a 3-week travel and then I'm going to start studying for this exam that I have to study for. And then I will be ready to continue my sessions. Pay close attention to this phrase. I'm going to be able to continue my sessions with you. It's exactly what she said. And she also mentioned that like, I want to like handle this in a friendly way. I'm going to be present for all of my sessions, but I'm just going to take a break for now, like for 3 weeks. But after that, I'm all ready. Okay, again, close attention. Pay close attention to that one. So it was just last Friday. And so for the last couple of weeks, I think she started to text me again, like, when shall we start? When shall we continue? I'm super excited. I'm super ready. And I was just like, you know that my schedule has differed drastically compared to the summer in which I was freer. Can you believe that? Like I'm not just waiting for you to come and continue your sessions. I have other classes. I have my uni going on. I have other English classes that I need to hold. I have a life, for that matter. I'm not just waiting for you to come. For the previous times that she had texted me and posed this question, I was like, my schedule has changed drastically and dramatically. Sorry, I have tried to keep your sessions as long as I could, but I don't think I won't be able to hold them anymore. Not until the summer comes, and something like that. And it was just last Friday that again she texted me to eventually continue, and that moment, that was the last straw for me. I texted her a very quite long message, but very respectfully. I told her that, like, first of all, your course is finished, and the sessions you're looking for is actually your husband's course, all right? And not any other English teacher does that to, like, so you can, like, for example, use your husband's sessions. But like, so I told her that, like, I'm not responsible for this course anymore because I tried my best. As long as I could, I tried to keep those sessions for you, but I'm not responsible for them since, like, it has been like 4 months. It's been 4 months. Can you believe that? Like, when you pay for a course, like when you pay for a 10-session course, so like it starts from now and it's going to end in 2 months. That's it. Or even less than 2 months, all right? Like with some cancellations in which 2 parties are mutual about it, okay? So you need to be mutual about it. Like you as a teacher and your learner should come to an understanding, like when to cancel or when to hold makeup sessions. All right, but like it doesn't work like that. That your learner just keeps canceling all the sessions and will be like, let's have a makeup session for them like in 6 months. Of course, that's not the case. You know that you as a coach set those rules every day in your channel, and yet you expect others to do something else. Quite interesting, isn't it? Back to an earlier point that I made. Yeah, all right. So yeah, about the long message that I texted her. All right, yeah, and I said that like I'm not responsible for this course anymore. Sorry to break it up to you, but it's just the way it is. And in that moment, she acted quite unrespectfully, to be honest, regarding that I had texted her in a very respectful manner. She told me that, who said that I'm looking for those 8 sessions, which are for my husbands? I'm super rich. I'm not looking for that, like 5... okay, so the currency is in Toman, if you know what I mean. It's not dollars. How can you say that? I'm not so narrow-minded and like close-minded like you to be looking for those 500 Tomans, something like that. I don't even remember what the text is. Oh my god. Yeah, and it was just like so disrespectful, like just so devaluing my work and the time that I had spent, and not only just for the classes, but the time that I had spent to text them. Every time that they hadn't appeared or that they hadn't taken part in the class. All right, I was just like, oh my god, going crazy. It was mind-blowing to hear all of those messages from a nice lady in my head. I used to think of her very highly. And I used to think of her, often speak of her very highly. But like, in reality, it all changes. So yeah, and so many other remarks I think she made about like how close-minded I am and how super rich she is, and that she doesn't care about the money, and like she's not looking for those 8 sessions, and like how stupid I am to think of that. How would you think if you were in my shoes? How would you think? Someone who keeps canceling all the sessions and still saying the phrase, when shall we continue? Or like, she exactly said it like this: let's handle this course in a friendly way so I can get those 8 sessions after like I've gone on a super rich 3-week journey. Okay. Oh my god, quite depressing, isn't it? When someone shows her true color to you, it all changes. I recorded a voice message and sent her that I think there's been a misunderstanding. I didn't want to accuse you of doing anything, or I didn't mean to assault you at all. It's just the way that it is. These are my boundaries, like yours for that matter. And again, she texted me and said this, that I know what you meant, you know what you meant, I don't have time for this shit. And the last message that I sent her was like, neither do I. And by that I meant that I don't have the time to talk to you as well. You don't even know how stupid you sound right now. If she had played nice in the first place, it wouldn't have ended up here. All right, like it would just be a misunderstanding on my part maybe, or on her part, I don't know, and then it would be all over. It would be all over, I promise you. I know that for a fact. But like when she answered like that, the whole image that I had of her collapsed at once. The moral lesson of the story is that you need to like kind of be strict and kind of be rigorous about your boundaries and about the standards that you have for your career. All right, so like if you hold English classes, be as clear as possible for the learner that first of all, if there is any cancellations, it should be mutual between the parties. Like I should be okay with that, you should be okay with that, and then we're gonna hold a makeup session like in the next week or in the following week, but like it should be close to that date as much as it can. All right, so first of all, that's the most important point. And then like you can say that like your course, your 10 sessions should be finished in the next 2 months, in the following 2 months. And if it stretches any further, sorry, I'm not responsible for that anymore. So like it's your fault that you keep canceling all of your sessions. And for the next 2 months, like I have an entirely different schedule for myself. All right. So these are two things that you need to make clear and you need to take into account before accepting someone as your learner. And also another thing which is really important is to clearly state that when the class starts, when the time of the class starts, I'm going to be there. I'm going to wait for you like for 15 minutes. If you don't come, I'm not going to text you or I'm not going to call you. All right. And after that 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes, if you haven't come yet, I'm gone. And the session is ticked off as it is held. As easy as that. Like, and if you don't want to come to the session, if you like want to cancel the session and if you want to have a makeup session for that, you need to inform me 24 hours before the session, like the day before. All right? If you cancel the session on the same day, still the session ticks off as it is held. Yeah, you need to be strict. You need to be really strict about this. I mean, I know that I wasn't this kind of person, but I think I need to be this kind of person. It is very, I don't know, splendid. I think it helps my mental health a lot. So that like, I know that the power dynamic in the classroom should be equal, of course, but as a teacher, you need to have some boundaries for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to end up exhausted and like you're going to end up experiencing the teacher burnout very much sooner than you expected.